Hey, Matter of Opinion listeners, it's Carlos. We're taking a break for the rest of the year. Your favorite podcast host will be back in January to share more of our thoughts aloud. In the meantime, I'm leaving you here with an audio essay. Think of it as a stocking stuffer for your feed that explores the two words that Joe Biden and Donald Trump rely on so much. Two words that I think reveal the stakes in next year's presidential election. So I read this book a few years ago called The Speechwriter by Barton Swaim, who served as a speechwriter for a Southern governor. And one of the points he made is that politics is the art of subtracting meaning from language. The politicians try to use as many words as possible to say as little as possible. And I think part of my job as a journalist is to look through those words and try to put the meaning back. So recently, when I was reading through a lot of President Biden's past speeches, I noticed a word he uses quite a bit. It's a very simple word, and the more I found it in his speeches and his press conferences and his own writings, the more I realized it reflects his view of America.
America still has the most productive workers in the world.
America still has a choice to make. That sacred flame still burns. America is still the beacon to the world.
He doesn't just believe in America. He believes in America still.
It's never, ever, ever been a good bet to bet against America, and it still isn't.
So Biden says stuff like, we have to show the world America is still a beacon of light. He wrote that in an essay after the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. And just last fall, in that famous speech he gave at Independence Hall in Philadelphia, he said, we are still an America that believes in honesty and decency.
And respect for others. Patriotism, liberty, justice for all, hope, possibilities. We are still, at our core, a democracy.
That still changes everything. Because to say America is a democracy is to make a statement of your belief. To say that we are still a democracy is to make an argument. The still assumes that many Americans may no longer believe in our professed virtues and principles. There's an insistence, almost a stubbornness to still. It's like Biden is trying to persuade us of the value or the endurance of American democracy. It's still here. That still can be very reassuring, but it can also be kind of alarming.
America is still the largest economy in the world. We still have the most productive workers and the most innovative minds in the world. But we've risked losing our edge as a nation.
It admits fragility. It admits that something is at risk, even while it's arguing for it being permanent. It's the difference between seeing America as somewhere between a reality and a possibility. The more I thought about Biden still, the more it made me think of the again in Donald Trump's Make America Great Again slogan. The again is what makes or breaks that slogan. It harkens back to some kind of vague, glorious time that was taken away and we have to take back.
We will make America powerful again, wealthy again, strong again. We will make...
The pitch of Make America Great Again is not really about creating greatness. It's about restoring greatness.
Safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you.
And the contrast between Biden's still and Trump's again says a lot to me about what a possible rematch between these two guys in 2024 would be all about. Still is about holding on to something good that might be slipping away. Again is about bringing back something better that was taken away. So they both look to the past, but they look to the past in very different ways. The message of still is a message of hope for what we might continue being. The message of again is a message of nostalgia for what we once were. It's the difference between America as an ideal worth preserving and a memory worth reliving. I'm not a pollster, right? I can't tell you which message will like play best with, swing voters or whatever. But I do feel that nostalgia can be more powerful than hope. Hope is about the undefined, uncertain future. Nostalgia is about however you want to define the past. So if our presidential election is a Biden v. Trump rematch, you can also think of it as still versus again 2024. We make audio essays like this every week from voices across the Times opinion section. And you can hear them all right now in the New York Times audio app. It's free for Times subscribers and in the Apple App Store. Happy holidays, and we'll see you again in 2024.